Hi there, I'm Barrett the Gay Explorer and welcome to New York. Right now we're in Times Square and we're gonna head downtown to meet with my friend Barrett Pall. Let's go. Hi there, we're at Stonewall Plaza and I'm here with my friend.
What's going on, you beautiful people? I'm Barrett Pall. How you doing?
So what we're gonna do now is he's gonna tour me around Stonewall, we're gonna talk a little bit about the history, and then we're gonna go through Greenwich Village and tour around.
Let's do it.
I'm waiting for the bus. The building that we have behind is the Stonewall Inn, which is a key and pivotal place for the LGBT rights movement since in 1969, the riots started here and helped us have all the rights that we have nowadays.
It's also super important because it's the first historical LGBT landmark within the US, thanks to President Obama. This is also where we kind of have the beginning of everything for the beginning of LGBTQIA rights moving forward within the US. And for me, it's super important because it's what's going to be kind of our epicenter for World Pride this year in 2019, which again, Borja's mentioned, is our 50th anniversary of when the Stonewall Riots first happened. So we are on the way to Gay Street, which is a tiny little street here in the West Village that I'm excited to go and show Borja. There you can see right there.
Okay, yeah.
See right there, that
Gay
little street over there. Let's go see some more gay stuff.
This is Gay Street.
Yes, rightfully so too.
Yeah.
So actually, what's super exciting is right now New York is covered in rainbows, and for me that's really important because a couple years ago it wasn't this way. Brands and corporations and just everyone in general kind of took pride for granted. So to be in 2019 and see it everywhere is a really special experience, not just for me, but for even people who don't really know too much about Pride, because it helps educate people that we're just like everyone else and that we're just here to love, because that's what it is in the end, right?
Yeah, and we have to fight for our rights because our rights are basic human rights.
100% yes.
So where are we heading now?
So now we're gonna head, actually we should.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Backtracking.
Yeah, we need to go this way. The bar that we're heading to is the oldest gay bar in New York City, which has a societal club of older gay men that go there and hang out, and it's just something really special that I don't think a lot of people know about New York, so I'm excited to show you.
Off we go. Here we are.
Here we are. So this is Julius, and Julius is actually the oldest gay bar down here in the West Village, and something that's just super special. If you come in here, you can find all different types of characters, hanging out, just chilling, having a drink, and it's something that I recommend people come and check out when they're here in the city.
So for me, when I came to New York first, Hell's Kitchen was the gay area in town, but now like I see that Greenwich Village is also a gay part of town?
Yes, so a lot of people don't know the way that New York kind of developed. In history, you know, when you are the other, you're put into ghettos, so you end up living in different areas that aren't so nice. So the gays lived down here in the West Village, Greenwich Village area, and then slowly gentrified it, made it nicer, which meant that more people moved into the area, which then pushed the rent higher, which meant people had to move, because a lot of gays were artists and creatives.
So we're here, and suddenly they started setting a flag behind us. That's the gay flag with a peace sign. So, and now people are taking pictures of it. Immediately as the flag went up, people started taking pictures.
In this area, you really do get to see people who are super excited to show their pride, especially this time of year. And we just saw a field trip full of kids, which I think was really special for both of us, because it's important to teach this history so that the younger generation grows up just fully accepting of human beings.
Why are you putting the flag up right now over here?
Well, during the last 3 months of Obama's term, he declared this park a national monument.
Yeah.
So it's the first national monument in the United States that's dedicated to LGBT history. And so for years I've been carrying a rainbow flag to like every protest I've gone to. and I got in contact with the Federal Parks Department, the superintendent, and she approved it. And I did a little fundraiser, raised the money for the flags, and we installed the flags in the entire park.
What is your name?
Stephen Menendez. Stephen Love Menendez.
Stephen Love Menendez?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome.
So it's stuff like that that makes New York special. You're just walking around and all of a sudden you meet someone super cool and then you find out this like really interesting story and his history, and he's been doing this for years. So really grateful that people like Steven exist and have paved the way for our generation, who's paving the way for the next generation.
And now?
Now we're gonna walk down Christopher Street, which is a, again, famous street, which is also known for the Christopher Street Pier, which is all the way across the West Side Highway, which is a place that if you've seen the show Pose on FX or Netflix. It's where a lot of the ball kind of practice happened, and back in the day was a big gay cruising spot, and still today you can find a lot of LGBTQIA members hanging out there in their bathing suits acting like it's a beach. Again, there's things everywhere in New York. Noise, trees, people.
Yes.
It's part of the crazy magic of it all.
But I love New York. It's definitely one of my favorite cities in town.
So have you been here before, often?
Yeah, so I've been here quite a few times because my ex-boyfriend lives in New York actually, so we did it for like about 6 months, so almost every month I was flying to New York.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I need to find a new New Yorker.
There you go. So we're walking down Christopher Street, and what you can see around us are really old gay bars, sex shops, and a little bit of everything else. So of course people live here. Have you been down the street before?
I've never been down the street before.
We got a virgin!
So if you like tea, coffee, leather, drinks, everything.
Sex.
Here, one street.
Yeah, there you go.
What's the other darker flag?
You wanna go ask?
So we're walking around Christopher Street and we saw this leather shop and we met Silas, who owns a leather shop. And it's been how many years already that's open?
54.
Over here, we have the leather pride flag, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And it has a heart in it as well?
Yes, it has. There's a heart on it. Unfortunately, the wind has blown the flag around the pole a few times, so like, we haven't had a chance to go up yet and like re-unwind it.
What's something that you would tell people that you think is like misunderstood about leather or sex toys or whatever?
That everybody thinks leather is about sex. It's about family. It's about bonding. It's about community.
Yeah. Amazing. Cool.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Misconception? Not anymore.
Now we're here at Christopher Street Pier.
Yeah.
You can see, this is the pier that I mentioned before. This is where a lot of the cruising and picking up of the hookers happened back in the day, but also where people who were in the balls would come and practice, and you can still actually see people practicing for the balls here now, and it's fabulous. There's actually the Love Ball is coming up here in New York City during Pride, so maybe I'll end up there.
You should try to.
I know, I definitely should.
So I was talking with Barrett as well before how crazy it is for me to be filming together now in New York, because a couple of years ago when I was in my teens I would see him on social media, on YouTube, and you know, being so empowering and learning a lot directly from him. And even to the point of seeing pictures of Barrett with like platinum hair and green hair and sending it to my boyfriend at the time and being like, oh, I want that hair as well. I hope this doesn't sound creepy.
No, I love it. I'm so flattered.
And now like the world spins in so many ways that we're here in New York walking around filming, and you're actually teaching me the gay life in New York and its history. So I'm humble and I'm very thankful for this, and I mean, for me this is just crazy. So thank you very much for all the time.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm so, again, I'm also very humbled when people say anything like that, because this is just a life that I'm really grateful I get to live, and the fact that there's a platform we can share and then meet other people from around the world is incredible. So
tell the stories.
Yes, yes.
So now time to explore by myself again, but thank you, Barrett.
It was a pleasure.
After Soul with Barrett, I came back to Christopher's Park, and you can see behind me the flags are already up. People are helping out. The National Park Service is also here helping, and volunteers. There's also Stonewall veterans, so it's just breathtaking. So now we're gonna go try get Jim, and Jim is a veteran of the Stonewall, so he was there, he lifted Let's see if we can grab a hold of him. Meet Jim, here he is. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit, how was it being in Stonewall, fighting during those times and standing up for who you are and our rights?
In the United States in 1969, there was no job protection, there was no housing protection if you were gay or lesbian, there was no work protection. Everyone was closeted, was always a part of who we were. And if you could pass for straight, you were in the closet. You know, you were but if you couldn't pass, then you suffered all the things that people go through when they transgress or go against the gender rules, the binary gender rules. Anyway, that night I was coming home. I live in this neighborhood. I worked here. I saw a police car in front of the Stonewall. And I had been a radical and anti-war activist in the 60s. And so I went over to see what was going on, you know. And there were about 30 people.
Yeah.
You know, this is early on Saturday night, at 10:30. We're sort of gathering around.
Just outside over there.
Yeah. And the door opens and a police officer comes out and he's got this woman, a lesbian, who's dressed like a man. I'm going to tell you a term that most people don't know. Good. And that is, she was called a passing woman. She passed for a man because she dressed like a man. Now this is before all the new language came about. Okay. And she was handcuffed and he put her in the car. And he went inside, and the police had not locked all the doors, and one popped open. Much to her surprise, much to our surprise, and we all cheered. Yeah. She got out. It was a flashpoint moment, which I will never forget. I suddenly looked at the mostly men that were there, and we all saw each other as human beings, not as potential sex partners, you know, whatever, just as human. It was an incredible moment. And internalized homophobia, which I think everyone grows up with, no matter how out they say they are, suddenly was released. And I call it a rebellion. She disappeared. She ran off in the crowd, not ever to be seen. She got away. Now, a lot of people want to talk about riot, you know? Can I tell you the truth? Please. The second night was much more militant. But the first night, people were like dancing and cheering. You know, we love men. We don't want to kill them. And then the cheering and the dancing was going on. The police officer comes out again and looks at the crowd as maybe now 100 people. And he freaks, closes the door and he calls for reinforcements. And they cleared the street. And you'll see pictures of people really smiling or people going, oh. Well, none of the things that happened in a riot, if you look in the dictionary, there was no looting. Contrary to what has been said, there was no fires. The fire department is right around the corner. There was no fire. No, there was no injuries, and people were cheering, and they cleared the street. People weren't really happy because what we did changed history. It did. And I'm here today putting rainbow flags up on the fence around the Stonewall Monument, which we're very glad to have gotten. What message would you tell the young community out there, the people that are coming out now, to empower them and inspire them? You're my children and my grandchildren, okay? And I just want to say to you, don't let anyone tell you who you are. Find out for yourself. Experiment. Be whole. My goal always has been, as an activist, that I'm one person when you meet me. I'm not, my sex life isn't over here where nobody sees it, nobody knows about it, and Jim is over here the rest of his life. Put them together. Be kind to yourself. Find the people that love you and trust you, and for Christ's sakes, have a good time. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are at the Flatiron District, and this district owes its name to the building that I have just behind me, the Flatiron Building. It was originally called the Fuller Building. However, its name was changed to the Flatiron Building due to the resemblance that it has with the Flatiron that we use at home. So now we're gonna explore a few more buildings around town. Let's go. Macy's, the biggest store in the world, and coincidentally it's Pride Month, so they
have a wall behind us to express what pride means for us. So let's go do it. Pride is not you, it's not me, it's all of us. The subway is the way to go in New York City, and that's how we've been moving all throughout the day. However, we've stopped at Grand Central Terminal, and now we're gonna head to Central Park to enjoy our last couple of hours in the city. Let's go. At Central Park, my favorite park in the whole world, and as you can see, everybody is embracing this beautiful day and taking advantage of the park. It's definitely a pure representation of New York in itself. There's so much going on, it's so lively. Right now we're gonna enjoy a little bit of time here. I'm gonna take my siesta, and thank you very much for joining me in this episode. I hope you like New York, that you like all our explorations together, and see you in the next episode. I'm Borka the Gay Explorer, and if you like this video, remember to click like, comment below, or subscribe. If you want to explore more, then go check out my channel and follow me on social media. Thanks for watching!